Here's what I'm likely to do next. I think that I need to get back to Vietnam. Maybe release the first product. Or not, I don't know. Maybe I could have them focus on the dating thing. Maybe I can try to identify which markets it could likely happen in. And maybe I'm willing to be the ambassador for that. I wasn't necessarily willing to be the ambassador for the product that we're currently developing, the one that's more focused on children. And I oftentimes struggled to answer questions such as, how do you know it works and stuff like that, because hearing things like, this is pretty cool, by the way. I'm gonna take a photo of that. By the way, California is beautiful. So what I'll do is we'll see how close we are to completion, but I might just have
in a quarter mile, turn right onto Newhall Street.
A minimal crew, minimal staff, and then figure out what markets to focus on for launch. I'll actually be the brand ambassador.
Turn right onto Newhall Street.
I'll attempt to do a lot of vibe coding because I don't think I'll be able to afford developers for that. And then we'll be less likely to hear parents ask, how do you know it works and stuff? Because they ask that for children, but they don't tend to ask,
Continue on Newhall Street for 1.5 miles.
things like, how do you know that better social cue understanding and better communication in the long term leads to greater academic success, which they seem to care about, or better employment opportunities, which they seem to care about. It seems like, I don't know, maybe we're approaching things from the wrong way, even though I still care and believe in it. It's hard to get people to want to buy into it if they're very skeptical, even though the studies back up what we're attempting to do. So if I try to focus on the loneliness aspect of it without attempting to change the personality of the users, then we bypass the parents by targeting adults. This could potentially work. I mean, honestly, probably not, even then. We have to find a way to make it free. We're actually going to have hosting costs and stuff, so that's going to be tough. And for differentiation, I don't want it to be just another swiping app or whatever, like Tinder. So what I'm thinking are all the prompts, maybe have them be limited to 1 minute, and they must be video. Because that way you can know in advance whether it's going to be a person you want to communicate with or not. There's still going to be a lot of pain and heartbreak in it, but at least it's a little bit more catered to, I'm not going to say the autism community, but little bit more towards people that may communicate in different ways. Why is California so nice looking? And I don't even like this area, and it's nice. But yeah, I think we're really gonna have to pivot. There's no way around it. And what I was saying earlier is it's going to be easier for me to make a case for myself, and this is something I'm willing to put my effort into. I mean, I was willing to put my effort into the last thing also, but it's pretty difficult to make the sales. And geez, California is beautiful. This is so everything. But anyway, I just love the trees and stuff.
There's a 10-minute congestion on California 82 South at 1 mile. You're still on the best route.
Anyway, what I was thinking is that every once in a while I can go to various cities and try to promote it, try to create a community if possible. I think it'll be easier to create a community like this, potentially. Maybe a subreddit of like autism dating or something, neurodiverse dating. Maybe there's some neurotypical people that are drawn to us for whatever reason. I don't know. But I do know that when we feel supported, our long-term outcome ends up being better. And damn it, I'm in the wrong lane. Long-term outcome tends to be better, whether it be academically or career, just happiness. Yeah. Let's think about what else I can do to differentiate it. So, I'm not even in exactly a great neighborhood, but like, look at that sky. Every single day I've been here, it's been a different variation of beautiful sky. And like I said, I'm not in the greatest neighborhood, but look at the trees and stuff. It's kind of beautiful. I guess back to me complaining. I mean, no one's ever going to watch this anyway. It's just for me. So when I get back, I'll have a hard conversation about pivoting. I don't see a viable path forward for what I'm currently doing, especially at the progress we're making. Just gonna run out of money, and that's not gonna be good. So with what we do have,
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto the Alameda.
it's so beautiful. All these trees. Wow. So have that conversation. Think about what resources we need. Think about how we're going to market this.
At the light, turn right onto the Alameda.
I need to really study why there's only like 3 functional dating platforms, which as of last check is Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. I mean, I've been out of the game for a little bit, but I remember very clearly what it's like to be on them. I remember prompts that are like things like, I get myself out of a funk by, or my Sunday scaries, or whatever. Like, things like that don't really work for many, damn it, I'm in the wrong thing again. For many neurodiverse people, because some people like us can never get ourselves out of a funk. And we just have to accept that this is our personality. And the thing is that, like, for the most part, I'm really good at masking. And even I can't hide it all the time. So I think what has to happen is it has to be voice prompts. And it basically has, I don't know. I don't want it to be like the old, like, 1980s, you know, teledating services where it's like, hey, I'm so and so.
Use the right lane to take the I-880 north ramp to Oakland.
So it has to have some prompts, but it also has to be free enough that a neurodiverse person can really shine and explain their personality. I'm not doing that. And I don't know yet what those prompts could be, but it can't be something extremely specific. First round is on me if... No. Because one thing that, from my experience dating, is that there is a lot of, like, incongruence with... There was a lot of incongruence with how... I'm still super, super depressed, so my ability to think is really, really hindered right now. There's a lot of incongruence with when I would... The type of person I am physically seems to be appealing to people, some people at least. The way I am over text seems confident because I just speak very directly. But then when they meet me, I can see it in their eyes when they just, like, lose that interest in me. It's just like a sudden turn off, which I can never recover. And a lot of that is just the way my personality is. So there has to be a way to share my personality in advance, specifically on a platform that is made for people that communicate weird like me. And I know I'm not the only one out there. I'm going to turn this around again to look at the sky. I know it never comes out in video, but there's just so many colors in the sky. Like blues, grays, light blues, deep blues, pinks, purples, white. It's beautiful. You know what colors I don't see in the sky here? Brown. It doesn't hurt my lungs to breathe. I'm really liking being in California if I could afford it. So, one thing that I could do is, because I'm a veteran and I've had depression for decades at this point, is I could potentially attempt to take care of this depression by having the transcranial magnetic stimulation, like antidepressant stuff. It's less traumatic to the brain than electroconvulsive therapy. Allegedly, there's no loss of like memory or anything, which I already struggle with. So it's not available everywhere, and even the places that it is available, it's expensive. But I could potentially get it through the VA here in Palo Alto, which is not where I'm from, and which is insanely expensive for me to live, as in I couldn't afford to live here at all. But I kind of like it here. At the minimum, there's a lot of like entrepreneurial people. What? Jeez, I'm in a lot of pain. I could try to get that taken care of, but maybe I need this pain to actually develop this for people like us. Because I would love to be one of the happy people. And maybe if I zap my brain enough, I could be. But I don't know. Honestly, probably still unlikely. Because I don't know what happiness feels like. And I've lost faith in the fact that there's a concept of rock bottom. Because I've found that no matter what, things can always get worse. I don't know, I'll give the TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, a try.